welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to go over the Honor Actives app. So Cela's app, EvolveYou is the name of it. I decided that I wanted to have more of a structured workout routine. A few years ago I did the Whitney Simmons Alive app, but I was really interested in how EvolveYou was going to function and work. I tried using it maybe like a year ago, but I wasn't very disciplined and I was pretty unstructured. So now that I feel a little bit more set with my gym routine and I feel like I'm a little bit more consistent, like I don't have to think about it as much, it's just part of my everyday life, I figured I'd give it a go, and I wanted to share my first week's experience with the program that I chose, along with, walking through the app and some of its functions, in case you're interested in checking out the app for yourself, or you kind of just want to see what a structured program might look like. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the app, and I'll do a little walk through. I'll screen record my phone so you can kind of follow along while I talk about it. One last thing I wanted to mention, I did already do the first day of the program that I picked, and I'll show you the program right now. But I already did the first day yesterday and I recorded it, so it's gonna be in this video. But for the sake of this recording representation, I'm just going to pretend like I'm starting over from scratch. So anyways, we've opened up the app now. It shows the dashboard tab first. There's a couple different tabs on the bottom. So there's workouts if you want to do individual workouts, and then you can also pick programs off of that tab, and there's a bunch of different tabs kind of depending on what type of stuff you want to do. And then there's a nutrition tab, and this is a lot of recipes. You can do meal planning, all of that. And then this is the dashboard. So the dashboard, I would say, is kind of like your main page, where it shows you what day of the week it is. It shows you your program, your activity, achievements. You can do progress photos, all those different things. And then the Learn tab, from my understanding, I kind of forget, but I think with the Learn tab, when you first download the app, you select a few different things that interest you, and then based off of that, it will queue different things that you can scroll down, kind of like a feed, and it'll show you just different, okay, how to do this exercise, or tips for nutrition, discussion questions. Oh, okay, there it is. So my interests, I picked performance, how-tos, and nutrition. So you can pick different things, and then based off of what you pick, it'll again make different recommendations on what you should see. So that's kind of cool. I like that. I can't wait to dive into this a little bit more. And then right here is the community page. I really haven't looked into this, but it kind of seems like a forum. But yeah, so let's go to the dashboard. Again, there's different programs that you can pick from. The one that I picked is Gain, but for the sake of this situation, I'm gonna pretend like I'm picking one for the first time. So there's different programs. Again, if you wanted to do a gym program, if you were going to do a home program, and then I'm not sure what on demand is. I think that might be popular programs maybe, or quick programs, I'm not really sure. But I'm gonna click on gym because I do wanna do gym programs, and it'll show you a bunch of different options. So, sometimes you're looking at this and you're like, okay, well, what does this even mean? What does perform mean? How does perform differ from strong lower body versus build versus gain, And then what's back to action? You know what I'm saying? So some of these things, just by reading it, it might not be the most obvious, but you can click into the program and there'll be a video. You can click play on the video, and then your trainer will kind of walk through what that program is about. Or you could also do the read more section, and it also gives you a review of the program. And what's kind of cool too is that each program will also show you the equipment that you're going to be using in that program, and then it'll tell you how long it is. So this one's Strong with Krissy as the trainer. It's 22 weeks, 3 to 5 sessions per week, and each session is 45 to 60 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on, let's do, if I'm trying to figure out okay, well, what program should I do? I am like not sure. I'm gonna click view all, and then at the very top, it'll let you pick, maybe a program if you're pregnant, or bar, HIIT, Pilates, strength, if you work out at home. I'm gonna do all, just so you can kind of see all the programs. And then at the very bottom, it'll let you decide, or it'll show an option that says help me decide. So when you click on this, it's a little questionnaire that you fill out, and then based off of what you put on the questionnaire, it will give you recommendations. So for me, for instance, right now I really want to focus on strength. I want to do a couple different races in 2025, and this big race that I want to do will be in June, so I don't have to start training for that until around December time. So I want to pick a program that focuses on strength so that I can prepare to then go into running with a strong body. So I'm gonna do get stronger, and then click continue, and then it'll tell you what your fitness level is. I'm gonna do super active for mine, so that's considered advanced. And then lastly, what equipment will you be using? So I work at a gym, work out at a gym, so I'm gonna do gym weight and equipment. And then based off of your criteria, again, here's 4 recommended programs for me. So there's the build, strong, gain, and perform. And then if none of those 4, so let's say you pick one, if none of those 4 end up working out for you, or you look into it, you start reading it, and you're like, okay, I don't want to do perform because it's doing strength, endurance, and cardio. Me personally, I already know what I like to do for cardio, and I kind of have a plan while I'm on my off season from training. So I don't really want to do a plan that's going to be picking cardio programs for me. For instance, right here, it's going to want me to do the exercise bike. And my preferred method of cardio is trail running. So I'm not going to pick this one. The ones that I already looked at all of these, and I actually do want to do the gain one. So the gain one, it's basically just using fundamentals of bodybuilding, and I really like bodybuilding style lifts or exercises, and it just seemed like the best one for me and what my goals are. So I'm gonna do view program, and then it lets you do your fitness level. So if you do beginner, it's gonna do 3 days a week. If you do intermediate, it allows you to do 3 to 4 days a week. And then if you click advanced, it does 4 to 5. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna click advanced, and then I'm gonna do 4. So the reason why I did advanced and not intermediate, from what I was seeing, and if you guys know more about this, feel free to chime in. But what I noticed is if I were to click intermediate and then clicked 4, the exercises or the sets and reps for an intermediate 4-day plan seemed different than an advanced 4-day plan in the past. I don't know how it is now that I'm using this app again, but that's what I experienced in the past. And I kind of liked how the advanced workouts looked, even though I can only do 4 days. Does that make sense? So instead of clicking intermediate 4 days per week, I'm doing advanced 4 days per week. So I'm gonna click continue. And now it's gonna show me all of the different weeks on here, which is really cool. So it shows me first day is glutes and hamstring, then it's a push day, day 3 quads and calves, day 4 is pull, and then there's an optional full leg day, which I think is kind of cool that they give you an optional day, because if you feel great that week, why not push yourself a little bit more, And then yeah, so it looks like this one's 12 weeks. So I'm gonna do this full 12-week program, and I'm going to document it. I kind of want to see how my body changes with it, how I feel, how I get stronger. And now that I'm doing YouTube videos, I'm gonna document it. So I am going to go ahead and choose this program. I went ahead and chose it. And then day 1, glutes and hammies, I'm gonna set that as my first workout. And then I actually did do that workout yesterday, which was, what day was yesterday? Yesterday was the 22nd, a Tuesday. But I already did that workout. I'm just gonna click Wednesday, and then I am planning to do my day 2 today. So it'll be a little funky at first when I'm trying to like plan this out. But anyways, that's a me problem, not a you problem. So I'm gonna click yes. Okay, that's gonna be set as my first workout. So now it takes me back to the dashboard and it shows me, okay, today's workout, glutes and hamstrings. And then I click into where it says my program, gain, and then week 1, I'll click into glutes and hamstring, and I can go ahead and start my workout. Since I already did it today, I'm gonna go ahead and click start workout and then just kind of like finish it so that it's checked off, because it's gonna bug me if it's not checked off because I did it yesterday. So let me see. What do I do right here? I just kind of wanted to show you guys like the app, and this app is slightly updated or different from when I last used it, so I'm still kind of like learning stuff. So it says workout saved in downloads. So I actually did save this because, again, I worked out yesterday, and that's something that I might recommend, is just downloading the workout of the day before you go to the gym, because if your gym has bad Wi-Fi, then the app might not load well, and then you get frustrated and it's just laggy. So just save yourself the potential hassle and just download it. All right, so go ahead and do that. You have options if you don't want to hear the trainer talking, if you don't want to do sound effects. I think they do sound effects when it's counting down to start your exercise after you've warmed up, something along that line. And then rest timers. So I don't need a rest timer. Personally, I don't like sound effects and I don't like the trainer audio. So I'm actually gonna take all of that off. And then I'm gonna go ahead, all these equipments, I already looked this up beforehand. Okay, I have that. If you wanted to skip your warm up, you can click skip. I think that's awesome that they have the option, because let's be honest, sometimes we do not want to do our warm ups. I did do the warm ups yesterday, so I'm not gonna click on that. I'm gonna click start workout. So right here, if it had the audio, it would do a beeping. Okay, so good luck. So this is cool now, right? So what I really like about this app is that it walks through the exercises with you so you can visually see how they do it, and it really just takes the guesswork out of it. And then if you click on the little question mark, then it even gives you written out instructions. And then it also shows you the muscles that are being used and your secondary muscles, which I think is kind of cool, because with certain exercises, if you're like, okay, well, what part of the body should be activated? If you're looking at the primary muscles and the secondary, it makes the most sense that your primary muscles are feeling it. And if it's not, then maybe your form needs to be adjusted, right? So that's what's kind of cool about that. Okay. And then it has this little pencil thing, so you can write little notes. So maybe you can do, hurts when I do this exercise, alternative is, etc. Something along that line, or whatever you feel like writing. And then it does 5 reps. So if you only ended up doing 1 rep of 1 set, then you can do that. So I did 5 reps. And then what's also cool is that it shows you alternating. I'll show you that later, actually. So, okay, so then, yeah, so you're going through all of that. I did all of this. I actually only did 1 round of these warm-ups. So I'm gonna do 0. And the reason why I'm like writing this down is because I really want to keep track week over week what I was doing. Okay, so, the deep squat to extension, that is my favorite to do on leg day. Okay, all right, so now it's done that, clicking skip. Okay, so now we're on our first exercise. It says Smith machine RDL, so it shows you, okay, you're doing a Romanian deadlift with the Smith machine. These are the pounds that you're using. These are the reps that you did. The pounds that I did when I did mine was the bar plus 25 on each side. I think the bar was a 45-pound weight plus 25 on each side is 50. So that is 45 plus 50. Okay, so I did 95 for my RDL. Okay, so I did 95 pounds, and then I did 8 reps, and I did that for all of my sets. So 95, I just did 8. And then again, I'm writing this down because the next time that I have this exercise, it's going to show me, oh, this is your history of, you know, how many reps you did, how much weight you did. So that's also why I want to make sure that I am keeping track of that. See, it says right here, when you start to track your weights, you'll be able to view your history here. Okay, cool. So I did that. And then the Smith machine hip thrust. This one I did on at the gym. I didn't use a Smith machine. They have an actual like glute bridge machine, and that one was 80 pounds. And then the first time I did 10, and then I realized I did way too much for my body. And so the next 2 times I ended up doing only 8. So, all right, so did that. And then, this might be boring for you guys to watch, but I need to remember to do this myself. Okay, so the next exercise, I also use this like squat machine, because I wanted to see. I've never used that squat machine, so that's what I did for my sumo deadlifts. The thing on here, what I think is kind of cool, is that they have alternative exercises. So let's say you can't do a dumbbell sumo squat for whatever reason, then there's also a cable sumo squat or a regular sumo squat. So you can like click on it, and then it'll show you what the alternative version could do. And then if you click exercise, then it'll replace it for you. I don't know if it'll replace it for you like indefinitely, like in future exercises, or if it's just for this particular instant, but something that I thought was kind of cool. So here, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna write a note, and on the note I did 25 pound plates each side, because I don't know how heavy the actual like machine that I used was, because I know that the machine has added weight on it, but I'm not sure how much. So that's why I'm just doing 25 pound plates on each side. Used squat machine instead of barbell. So I'm gonna do that, and then that way it saves it for me. So that's kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and skip doing the weight on here because it doesn't make sense on that sense. I'm not sure how much the actual machine itself weighed. Okay, and then the cable step up. We actually didn't have a cable machine in the gym that I could use at that time. So I am going to do a dumbbell bench alternative step up, because that's what I ended up doing. So I did that. And then I did, the first time I did 10 pounds on each side. So then the next time though, I went up to 12 pounds. Because I realized 10 was lighter for me. Okay, and then the seated hamstring curl. Dang, I don't even remember what I did for that. See, and that's why you need to make sure you do it while you're at the gym. Okay, so then lower body stretch. I did not do a stretch at the end. So I'm just gonna do end workout right here. And then it shows workout complete, October 23rd, related to yesterday. So that was I just want to double check. Oh yeah, it was the 22nd. And then it does a little recap, which is cool. It didn't used to do this in the past, so that's really awesome. Okay, so ended my workout. We are done and done. So love that. Okay. Gotta give the good ratings on here. And then the next day, which is actually today that I'm gonna do, is push day. So this is the workout that I'm gonna be doing today, the time that I'm recording this walkthrough. And yeah, that's the basic gist of this app, or at least how I've used it so far. I actually do want to do the progress pictures. So I need to start doing those progress pictures. I haven't taken any yet. Where is that here? Okay, progress photos. Yeah, I haven't done any progress photos yet. So I'm gonna have to do that. And yeah, that's basically the end of the app. I'm gonna stop recording on here and hopefully we're all set. Also, I don't know why, but my GoPro stopped. Oh no, maybe my GoPro died on me. But I was recording with my GoPro so you could see the video of me walking through this, but it looked like my GoPro died. So sorry guys, you can't see me talk about this. But hey, you have the screen recording and that's what really matters, right? But anyways, okay, let's go through the workouts. I'm gonna cut to that right now.